If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. The occasion for today's video is not a good one, and I don't want to attract any publicity to this topic, but I did want to say some stuff about this because obviously this is concerning the hip-hop community. This is concerning an artist that I've talked about quite a lot over the past few days on this channel leading up to the event that this has happened at. So of course I gotta give my 2 cents on this. So today I want to talk a little bit about what happened at Astrofest, or Astroworld Festival, which is Travis Scott's annual music festival where him and artists from Cactus Jack and other artists perform and just give the crowd a good time. It's a cool event that's taken place now the 3rd time in a row, and I really love to see people getting excited for that. People spent their last saved dollars on a ticket for this thing because it's such a big event for some people. And we all know that Travis Scott concerts and Travis Scott shows are not the most peaceful event. I mean, broken bones and concussions here and there have occurred in the past. And I remember in 2018 or 2019 when Travis was coming to Atlanta for the Astroworld tour, I almost went to that show, but then it didn't end up happening because one of my homies that I wanted to go with couldn't go, and it never happened, which was really sad. But even back then we were like, yo, we gotta be careful because in the mosh pit at those shows, it's going down. Like, people get hurt. That's a Travis Scott show. That's the reality of a Travis Scott show. But people don't get hurt to the point where they're dead. And this is exactly what happened on Friday, November 5th, as I just said. It's sad to see this happen on my birthday. I saw it the other day, or the next day on November 6th, and this is so sad to see that people pay to see their favorite artists. They are excited for this day. They just want to have a good time, see their idol perform live, and then they end up suffering such a tragic fate like this in the end, and to never get to go back home. So it's not exactly sure what caused the 8 deaths that are reported so far, but it's looking like somebody in the crowd was injecting drugs into people around him that were in the end then lethal, which in itself is just a effed up thing to do. And it's crazy that he just got through security like that. There was security all around those people because, as I said, Travis Scott concerts are renowned for not being the safest place to be at, but there's even videos of just the security staff just not paying attention to it. There's also one video which I found especially disturbing, where after the first person had died in the crowd, this girl and this guy climb up the stage to one of the staff that was filming the show, and they were telling him like, yo, tell somebody to stop the show, somebody just died. And the cameraman then just disregards them as just some disturbing fans and just says, what's he gonna do? And the show went on after that. It wasn't stopped. Travis kept performing and was only informed of the incident afterwards. He since then also posted an Instagram story where he was talking about working together with the authorities to figure this out and to contact the families of the people that have passed away. But this, of course, doesn't really, save the people's lives in the end. Travis also took to social media to kind of give some words on this thing. He said, "I'm absolutely devastated by what took place last night. My prayers go out to the families and all those impacted by what happened at Astroworld Festival. Houston PD has my total support as they continue to look into the tragic loss of life. I am committed to working together with the Houston community to heal and support the families in need. Thank you to Houston PD Fire Department Energy Park for their immediate response and support. Love you all." Now, this is a bit ironic because obviously there wasn't an immediate response. I can link y'all the video that I was referencing earlier in the description where they're literally telling the staff to stop the show because somebody had just died and they just disregard them. Now, I don't know if they were aware of this or if this was actually just them being oblivious to it because they wanted to keep the show going, but either way, this is not the way it's supposed to go. If somebody in the crowd loses their life while while the artist is still performing, the show needs to be stopped, and certain measures need to be taken to then prevent further people from also dying, because in this case it went on to the extent of 8 people losing their lives lives. Also, we have reports of a 10-year-old being critically injured at the festival. Now, of course, you can argue if it is responsible for a 10-year-old to go to a Travis Scott concert when you know from the beginning that's not really going to be safe. That's, a whole nother discussion. But also, among the 8 people that died, there was a 14-year-old. And from what I've read, only 6 of the 8 victims' families have been contacted so far. So there are still 2 families out there not knowing that their family member has passed away during this concert. Now, the fault is, of course, not, to blame on Travis Scott. He was just performing. The staff didn't inform him of what happened only until afterwards. And after then, him posting the story, you can see that he is, in fact, personally devastated about what happened. I don't think the fault is on him, not at all. But more so the staff that then disregarded all the different hints, all the statements that people in the crowd gave them as to what is happening. And I think this maybe is a wake-up call for some, enforced security going forward into the shows from Travis Scott and any other artist where it's going to be like a crazy mosh pit. And this should not happen. This shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't happen again, especially at a Travis Scott show. I think people are even more so now sensitive to the fact that this is not like a safe show to go to. I mean, I would have loved to go to that Travis show back in 2019 when that was happening. And I think I would still go to a Travis Scott show, just making sure that I'm not in like a place in the crowd where stuff like this is happening. But I also think that, as I said, especially with Travis Scott shows, there are going to be enforced security measures in the future, hopefully preventing something like this to happen again. Because as much as people love to rage, as much as people love to, just go crazy at a Travis show, and as much fun as that is, this should never end or, come with the cost of someone's life. So prayers out to all the families that lost somebody at the show, and to all the people that are now in the hospital because they got injured at the show. Prayers out to all those families. I'm hoping that the PD and the other authorities can somehow clear this up. I also seen, for example, Roddy Ricch already taking to social media to announce that he will be donating some money to the whole investigation and research. So I'm really happy that at least within hip-hop there is love being shown, and I hope that this never happens again. Yeah, so that's my opinion on this. Now I want to know what you think about this. What do you think should have happened instead? I don't think there should be any other opinion saying that, we shouldn't in the future try to prevent stuff like this. So just let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media and blog down in the description. It really helps me out. Until the next one, y'all have an incredible day, and y'all take care.